Hey, I almost accidentally burnt my house down today, so I am looking pretty bedraggled. So, we're going to do a voiceover video today talking about the re release of Julie's collection plus new outfits. Let's go. All right, groovy baby. It looks like Julie's collection is getting fully rebooted, and we're getting a couple of new concepts, which I am so incredibly thrilled about. I cannot express how excited I am that we are getting new concepts for a historical character. So I'm going to go through every look that was teased on American Girl's Instagram and TikTok accounts today because they basically dropped a pretty aggressive hint that they're re-releasing Julie's entire, well, not entire, it's a huge collection, but they're re-releasing a lot of Julie's original collection from, the late 2000s up through I think 2019 was one of the later outfits. So they're really taking this historical line seriously. We've been hinted at that for months now. I feel like that was one of the big targets I think that American Girl had for this year, was to put a lot more effort into their historical line. And we obviously are pretty sure that Kirsten is coming back in a month or two. So this was a little bit of a surprise to me, at least. I know that Julie is a popular doll and a popular character, but really when I think about it, it's really not that shocking when you think about it, because her collection, or her time period as far as the historical characters go, is the most recent one that doesn't have a huge collection with it, because we obviously have the Hoffman twins, who have their Y2K collection that was released only a couple of years ago, so it's quite big, and we have Courtney's collection from the 80s, and that's also quite a big collection with very little from it having been retired. So yeah, the next one back in time is Julie. So her collection hasn't been cubed, but we've seen a lot of stuff pulled from it over the years, obviously. And a lot of these items were only available for a few years. So I'm really excited about some of them because I really, really like them. And I'm glad that we can finally get them for a good price and one that isn't all stinky and old. So that's really great. So Julie's 58th birthday is tomorrow, which is kind of crazy because most of us know people that were born in the 70s, and it's so crazy to think that they're pushing 60, which means I'm pushing 40. But I guess we can at least soothe some of our aging existential paranoia with new doll stuff. So they are likely doing this reboot for Julie's birthday, which is technically tomorrow as of recording, and American Girl typically does their releases on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I think at the very earliest we will be getting this is on Thursday, but I have a sneaking suspicion that all of this stuff is probably going to get released at the same time as her new journal that we'll talk about in a minute. But according to Amazon, I believe that journal is getting released on May 7th. So there's a good chance we'll be getting all of this stuff next week, but you know how doll people like us are. We want it yesterday. So I would plan for next week most likely. So it looks like Julie is getting a new book this month as well. And from what I was able to dig up, I think it's a journal similar to what we got with Isabel and Nikki Hoffman. So that makes me believe that they are re-releasing the doll in her original meat outfit. So that's what they pictured in the Instagram post today anyway. So I guess that's the first thing to talk about, because the first look we saw in there was that robe and pajama set that's actually still available, which I think is part of her Be Forever collection. So there's a good chance, spoiler alert, that that is probably going to get retired. So if you are wanting to pick that up, I would go ahead and get it before it disappears. And same with the Be Forever Julie doll, because she's probably going to have the same fate as Kit did. When Kit got her birthday re-release, they basically retired the Be Forever version. Thank God, because that one was not my favorite. And Julie has also been getting roasted over the years for her Be Forever look. Basically people are saying it looks like a cheap Party City outfit. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I would also agree that the original meat outfit was a lot more authentic looking to the 70s, and I am really, really happy they're bringing it back, especially because it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's more fun to mix and match with other things too. It's just a really great iconic meat outfit, so I'm really glad that they're bringing that back, and I'm very curious if she's going to have a special birthday release box or packaging or anything with all of this, sort of like Kit did. But to see this journal like it is, this to me says they are bringing Julie back, the original form, for good. Okay, this is a quick interjection from me from the future because I'm actually putting all the images in this video now, and I did not realize that they had Julie's Be Forever outfit pictured not only on the cover but in illustrations in the book. So I could be completely off base saying their original meet outfit is going to come back for Julie, but that's kind of what they hinted at in the videos today. So now I'm kind of like 50-50 on whether or not we're getting this original meet outfit back. Cross your fingers that we are for all the reasons I said earlier, but I'm a little less hopeful now that I've seen the cover and illustrations for the journal. I'm a little bit worried they're not going to reboot the actual doll, but here's hoping. And they've basically just updated her book to be a journal instead of an actual chapter book. I do think that's a really interesting choice because, you know, the original Meet books were one of the like classic American Girl Pleasant Company concepts. You got a doll and you got an actual chapter book with it. And I'm just guessing that kids are like just lack attention spans these days. I mean, I guess they're all raised on iPads now. Isn't that like the whole thing is like iPad kids have no attention span? I don't know. I don't know that many children, so I can't really comment on that. But I would not be surprised if children have like zero attention span now, because I know TikTok has absolutely destroyed my attention span. So I think that's probably why we're getting journals instead of books, is just because it's a way to quickly digest the information about the doll. So you can skip that part and jump straight into brushing Julie's long golden hair. So yeah, I am so excited we're getting this original Meet outfit back, not only because it's beautiful, but also because I believe it's probably a sign of things to come, because I am nearly certain at this point that we're going to be getting Samantha in her original Meet outfit back at some point, hopefully this year. And another thing too, because we have some new outfits to look at today for Julie, I'm really hoping we're going to start seeing some more new historical outfits. I've been begging for that forever, and I really hope that that's a sign of more things to come for other historical characters. So yeah, I'm super duper excited about this. Let's look at each of the outfits really quick. So I'm just going to go in the order that they posted them on their TikTok and Instagram accounts. So the first one that we see here is Julie's birthday dress from 2008. So this looks very 70s to me. I'm glad they're bringing this back. I love the hat that comes with this. It's obviously very boho, very 70s, and it's got that original 70s color palette. So I actually think this looks pretty historical with like the eyelet trim and everything. I'm actually surprised they're bringing it back because it's not as brightly colored as some things in her collection, but again, this is just a really good sign of things to come, that hopefully we will be getting some more like vintage looking aesthetics and things won't be as updated through like a 2024 lens. So yeah, this is really great that this is coming back, and it looks pretty close to the original from what I can tell. But yeah, very 70s, and it's probably going to be very prominent in this release because again, I think this is probably all going to be centered around Julie's birthday. So they absolutely had to bring her birthday dress back because of that. The next one is one of the ones I'm the most excited about, and that's Julie's pinball outfit from 2019. This is one of my all-time favorite outfits for Julie, and I know it was a recent one, but it's just so cool. I love like the page boy hat and the denim with the patches and everything. It's super duper cute, and it's something that could be great as basics that you can use with other outfits. I love that they brought this back because they only retired it like 5 years ago, but I think it's been popular on eBay and stuff. It's one that I have considered buying vintage, so I'm really glad that I can buy a new one. And if you look really closely on the left side of that vest, you can see that they have those little acrylic tags that say American Girl. You know, the ones that are like plastic and sewn on the outside of the garments. I actually personally don't like them, but to see that there means that these are going to be like, we're seeing the actual outfits, and I think that's why we're all pretty confident that these are going to be released very shortly, because they're not using outfits from like previous production runs like years ago. These are the new ones with the plastic tags on the outside, so that's really exciting, even though I don't really like the plastic tags. Up next is Julie's totally 70s school outfit, and I have to say, I think this is the one I am the most excited about. And truthfully, I'm not 100,000% familiar with Julie's collection because she wasn't a childhood era doll for me. I only have the original release of Julie the doll, but I don't have any other outfits for her except for the floral jumpsuit. So I actually had to look to be totally sure that this wasn't released like as a special release for like a few months or a year, like back in the day. But this looks to be a brand new concept, and I absolutely love it. I love that dorky, like granny crochet, like blanket pattern on her vest. That is so 70s. I mean, admittedly, it's like a little bit bright for what I remember like vintage 70s stuff being. I mean, typically that stuff is going to be like burnt orange and brown and avocado green. So I do think that these new concepts that they're doing, this one and the one that we're going to look at later, are a little bit brightly colored. Like the color palettes look more 80s to me, although these are children's outfits technically. So, you know, I'll excuse the brighter colors, but I will say they do look a tiny bit Be Forever. But the bright colors are beautiful. I really love this color combination, and it still obviously looks very 70s, so I am not mad about it at all. I am most likely going to be getting this, especially if the turtleneck underneath it is a separate, because I am always looking for new outfits from American Girl where I can take separates and put them on other dolls. So I would love it if this was 3 pieces. So we have a separate turtleneck, a separate crocheted vest, and then that blue skirt, again, I hope is a separate, because that would look really cool on Molly. It almost looks like it's the same pattern for Molly's meat skirt. So I'm really hopeful that that's all separates. And it looks like this look has purple tights that come with it and a really cute purple butterfly possibly, or maybe it's just a bow, but that barrette that comes with it is so cute. So I am really, really excited about this look. I am 99% sure I will be getting it. So I'm very, very happy that we are getting new concepts and they actually look good. Thank you, American Girl. Thank you. If you like today's video, please hit the like button because it helps boost my video so more people can find my channel and I stay motivated to make videos like this. I mean, I love doing it, but let's be for real. The more people that watch it, the more motivated I am to do it. Next up is Julie's summer skirt outfit from 2011. Another very 70s look. Now, admittedly, she looks like she could be going to Coachella in 2024, but this is still a very classic 70s look. Another one I think I might be able to talk myself into picking up if we have good separates. I mean, this is what I'm all about these days, is a good value for money when you buy a doll outfit, because these things end up being a bare minimum of $36. And I would venture to say Julie's collection is probably going to be around $42 for each outfit, and maybe more if it's a complex one. So, you know, if I'm going to be spending over $40 for an outfit, I want to be able to take separates and put together custom looks. And it's just really a fun way for adults to play with their dolls, to create new looks and take pictures for Instagram. So I absolutely love that skirt with the sort of like chevron darting. So pretty. The belt is likely a separate, and that's something that will be great to use with other outfits. Love it, love it, love it. I'm so curious what shoes are going to come with this, because I feel like pretty much now with every outfit that we get, we're getting a new pair of shoes. So yeah, I think there's going to be some shoes getting added to this collection that we haven't seen yet. But even though this isn't like my total favorite look overall, because admittedly I'm not very big on the 70s aesthetic, it just was a little like dowdy and sad and depressing to me. I have to say I probably am going to like a lot of this stuff because they've sort of taken some creative license, because they know the year is 2024. Everything is loud and bright colors and trying to capture people's attention, especially children who are, like, again, running around restaurants and screaming their heads off. Whatever you can do to get a child to sit down and pay attention to something is a win in everybody's book. So I think making these brightly colored things, it's just, you know, it helps bring them kind of into the current market, I guess, even though they're supposed to be historical. You know, we just live in a different time. And admittedly, I'm kind of playing into that too, because if this was all avocado green and brown and rust, I wouldn't buy it. So I'm really happy about some of the separates in this set, and I probably will pick it up with my rewards at some point. Next up is Julie's pajamas from 2007. So this is her original design for her pajamas, which, You know, I have to say I love the Be Forever ones, even though I haven't seen them in person. I love that like yellow quilted look, but these are also really beautiful and they would pair well with that robe as well, the yellow quilted one. So even though I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting all of Julie's collection just because I have so many collection goals and I don't need to be spending hundreds of dollars on stuff that I didn't plan to get in the first place. And I don't buy that many pajamas for my dolls because I think it really is more of a play factor for kids. I do know that the pajamas are very, very popular as far as kids go. So pretty much every release we're saying we're getting pajamas. And so I'm not surprised by this at all. And again, they're very, very lovely. I love the color, the silhouette and everything. This is a great piece to bring back. And if I were somebody that bought pajamas for my dolls, I would definitely buy these. It looks like they're embroidered, which is a lovely detail. I love seeing high quality details in doll clothes, especially from American Girl, because I would not be surprised if these are like $36 to $42. And finally, we have Julie's groovy summer skating outfit. Now, I am also very excited about this because we have more separates and I've been talking about nothing but separates this entire video. So I'm so happy I have pieces that I can use for my boy dolls, like those shorts and what looks like to be some very awesome knee socks. Those are so cool. We have pink and blue roller skates, which I bet you they function. I mean, hello, they better. I just love this. I think this is so cool. And the top is giving Care Bears. This very much looks like the Care Bears stare. So I'm fine with it. Again, it looks a little bit 80s to me, but you know, I would way, I know I'm like talking out of both sides of my mouth because I love things to be as accurate as possible when it comes to the historical stuff, but I also want to buy really pretty stuff for my dolls. So, I mean, it's not going to stop me from buying this if this doesn't look super 70s, but I'm actually really curious if y'all agree with me or not. Does this look 80s or is this something a kid in the 70s would have worn? Because this really looks like early 80s to me, but that's probably why I love it, honestly. But more than anything, I am just so incredibly happy that we are getting new concepts for the older historicals. That makes me happy beyond measure. And it also means that I'm going to be spending a crap ton of money at American Girl this year, probably because I'm just so eager to add new things to my Molly, Samantha, Kirsten, and possibly even Felicity and Addie collections. So I want new concepts. I've said this a million times. I don't even care if they're ugly or inaccurate. I just want new stuff for my Molly, Samantha, and Kirsten collections. So this hopefully is a sign of things to come. I am so excited to see this. So yeah, I would guess that everything we saw in this video today is going to be the entirety of the re-release. It's possible they could have some accessory sets or furniture pieces, but I can't imagine that they would be releasing a lot more than this. I think about what we got from Molly and Kit, and this seems to be about on par with those releases. So I think this is probably just about everything that we're going to be getting, and I hope that it's this week. I hope that we continue to see more turnover with releases for American Girl because I have lost my absolute mind and I'm just buying stuff all the time now and racking up points, and I don't know, it's just starting to feel like everything is free. So I'm really hoping we're going to start seeing more and more historical releases. I mean, I know we're going to see some reboots and stuff with Kirsten and possibly Samantha, but I really, really hope we continue to see new concepts regularly. I know back in the early days with Pleasant Company, they pretty much released at least one new outfit for their historical characters every single year. And I would like to see that start to happen again. I just really think it would be great to kind of reinvigorate the public's interest in American Girl, especially because, you know, we are very likely, I think, getting a movie about American Girl, sort of in the way that we got the Barbie movie. And what I really hope is that American Girl is starting to ramp up more of their historical releases and giving that line a lot more attention so that by the time the movie is released, they have a ton of stuff for people to jump in and buy to relive their childhood. So that's sort of my hunch as to why they are starting to put more effort and focus into the historical line, is because we've got that movie coming out, and I think there's going to be a lot of millennial and Gen Z interest in historical American Girl stuff. So hopefully this is just them getting ready for that, and hopefully we will see a lot more of it. So I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think about everything we saw today. Please be sure to hit the like button because it helps boost my video so that my channel can reach more people. I would really appreciate it. If you want to support my channel further, I am on Patreon at patreon.com/ /idreamofjohnny, where there are hours and hours of extra American Girl content. So I would love to see you there. It is a super great way to support my channel. You can also shop at idreamofjohnny.com, where I have tons of awesome merch and vintage American Girl items. Again, a great way to help support this channel. And there's likely a video recommendation on your screen right now. So if you want to keep hanging out, click that video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.